Chapter 6. Do not procrastinate. Getting an idea should be like sitting on a pin, it should make you jump up and do something. E.L. Simpson. Once you have identified your talent or gift, it is of paramount importance to swing into action to work on it. Do not procrastinate. Procrastinating will sometimes happen, but it hinders progress and should be dealt with without delay. It happens with most people. It is normal to procrastinate, but it can also be damaging to your progress. Procrastination implies the delaying of action to do something that you know you love to do or have to do. This may be replaced by something that you find easy or pleasant to do. So important activities are postponed to a later date time and time again until you end up not doing the important tasks that you need to do to attain your objectives. An example of procrastination may be that you have discovered that your passion is in playing music. You might be singing here and there, but you have found that you are truly talented in this area. Maybe someone has offered to assist you to develop that talent by giving you a few lessons and or going to that coach's place 3 times a week. You keep postponing the appointment. Eventually, you end up not going. This is procrastination at its worst, which leads you to never really liberating the talent in you. Most people procrastinate because of reasons that include the desire for perfectionism. Perfectionists never finish what they are hoping to do because they want a perfect job done, they want a perfect time and a perfect environment, etc. For example, not practicing your skill because you want to make sure you can execute it perfectly. Perfectionism is non-existent. No one is perfect. God is the only one who is perfect because He created us and knows our limitations. Sometimes they just don't feel confident enough to use the discovered talent. If you don't take action, you might never have the chance to use your talent or gift. Practice makes perfect. Others will procrastinate because of fear of failure. What if I don't succeed? What if I make a fool of myself? What if this is not a talent that I have and I am just imagining it? We must deal with delay tactics. These also lead to procrastination and eventually total failure. How will you know that you are not good at something if you do not try? I never thought I would be a good trainer. When I engaged a very experienced and seasoned trainer, it made me even more discouraged. I would tell myself, this trainer is too good. Will I ever reach his standard? I was, however, very determined to excel in this area. I then told myself that I was learning from the best and I would be just as good or even better. I started training courses like telephonist skills, customer care for receptionists, work ethic, grooming for receptionists. I grew more and more confident until I could take up leadership training, strategic leadership, supervisors training, grooming and etiquette, management development programs, etc. When I had developed in these areas, an opportunity came for me to train small to medium-sized enterprises in Zimbabwe in strategic management, human resources management, and marketing management. Since then I have never looked back. This experience then encouraged me to become a life coach and subsequently a master coach. If I had procrastinated, I do not think I would be where I am now. I love coaching and training and enjoy it immensely. My advice is, once you have found that passion, that gift, that talent, go a step further and stir it up. It's a treasure that you cannot leave lying dormant. Do not procrastinate. Chapter 7. Find a coach or mentor. Coaching is not therapy. Therapy analyzes and attempts to heal what is perceived to be wrong with you. Coaching uncovers, inspires, liberates, and empowers what is great about you. Christopher Horvath. Oftentimes, we find ourselves at a loss on how to move forward regarding the manifestation or liberation of our talents and purpose. When you are not sure how to proceed, it is advisable to get a coach to assist you in this interesting journey. What is coaching? Coaching can be said to be a relationship in which a professional or trained coach supports the development of a coachee or client who is willing to be helped. The basic requirement of this relationship is trust. The coach should be able to engage the coachee, transforming their mindset, attitude, and behavior, and also empowering them with the tools they need to liberate their talents. The coach strives to develop the full potential of the client. The coach will, however, not prescribe. They help the client to discover themselves, believe in themselves, deal with negativity about their ability to become the best version of themselves. The coaching relationship will entail goal setting, getting feedback from the client, provision of tools for the coachee to use to liberate their talent. The provision of tools eradicates dependence on the coach. There should be growth, development, and change. The coach should be friendly, a good communicator, a good listener, and be able to ask powerful questions. Every human being was created with a purpose and their uniqueness which needs to be liberated. The coach therefore should be someone who believes that every individual is brilliant. When the coach is authentic and vulnerable, sharing their own experiences and shortcomings, the client is encouraged to do the same. Vulnerability is essential as it puts the client in a safe space where they can open up without fear of being judged or ridiculed. They do not prescribe anything but put everything bare and help the client or coachee to determine where they want to go in life. The coach helps the coachee to identify their talents and purpose, how to liberate or manifest them, what action to take towards developing the talents, and how to use them until they are perfected or polished. The coach encourages, inspires, and cheers on the client without telling them what to do. Transformation occurs, which is more lasting than when someone is imposing on them to follow a certain path without them wanting to go that path. A coach is thus a permission giver who says to the client, yes, if you want to go this path, I will help you, I will be there for you. If you want to go this way, it is okay, I will help you get there. A coach is also a noise reducer, as alluded to earlier on. When we are not sure of what we want to achieve in life, use ally because we hear a lot of conflicting voices that confuse us. As a result, we are not sure what it is we should do. Some of these voices will be saying, you can't do it, it's too difficult, you are not ready, you will fail, this is too much work, you will burn out. These voices will discourage you and you will either procrastinate or just forget about doing anything about liberating your talent. The coach reassures you and assists you to deal with those negative voices so that you can move forward. An example is that you are in a noisy place and you want to make a very important decision. It is very difficult to do that when there is too much noise. What you need to do is get out of the noisy place and go to a quiet place where you can hear yourself think. That is what the coach does. They remove you from a place where there are these discouraging and limiting voices and take you to a place where you can hear yourself think. The coach will help you to ignore the discouraging voices. You then become able to decide on what it is you want to do with your life with the encouragement of the coach. Coaches are not only found in the sporting fraternity. There are different types of coaches ranging from music coaches and life coaches to management and leadership coaches, marriage coaches, and executive coaches. In sport, we have a range of coaches that include basketball coaches, soccer or football coaches, rugby coaches, marathon coaches, swimming coaches, etc. You can find a coach in any area that you want to develop your talent. A coach will ask you what, why, and how questions regarding where you are planning to go in your career and find out exactly where you are right now in terms of achieving your goals, where you want to go, how serious or committed you are to achieve the goals, and what action you are going to take. They help you until you feel you are confident enough. There have been great coaches who have coached clients to do great exploits. Some very popular coaches who are known for great coaching skills include some coaches like Vince Lombardi. He was an American football coach who in the National Football League history achieved more success in less time than other coaches while coaching the Green Bay. He won 5 NFL championships. Some of his famous quotes were winners never quit, and quitters never win. Winning isn't everything, it's the only thing. And perfection is not attainable, but if we chase perfection we can catch excellence. Sir Alexander Chapman Ferguson, a Scottish former football manager and coach for Manchester United Football Club, is regarded as one of the greatest managers of all time, winning more trophies than any other manager during his time. Some of his quotes are, I've never played for a draw in my life. If I have my health, I can carry on. There will be a point when I do quit, but I have absolutely no idea when that is. This is the mentality of great coaches. They keep on keeping on and they never speak of mediocrity, but of becoming the best and doing the best always. Some great coaches are not in the field of sport. The one that immediately comes to mind is John Maxwell. He is considered the No. 1 New York Times best-selling author, coach, and speaker. To date, he has sold more than 24 million books in 50 languages. His company has trained more than 5 million leaders in 180 countries. John Maxwell is a great coach who has transformed leaders and many people through his writing and coaching programs that he does online. I am not advocating for one to go to these coaches, but my point is that there are great coaches out there. There are coaches in almost every sphere of our lives. Whatever our profession, our talents, and our God-given purpose, we can learn from the best out there. Do not be stuck with your ideas. Find a coach if you are not sure of how to proceed in liberating your talents and your gifts. Coaching has become a multi-billion-dollar industry impacting the world. One can get a good coach in almost anything that you need to do. You just have to look around for the good ones. You can find coaches on websites and various platforms on the internet. A coach is, however, a master of content. A coach knows a lot about many subjects. I, for example, am a life coach, performance coach, leadership coach, business executive coach. All these are interconnected. What I cannot do is coach football or any sport, neither can I coach anyone in musical instruments. A mentor, on the other hand, can be said to be an experienced and trusted advisor who gives advice or trains a younger client. Whereas a coach can coach a leader, an executive, or any client in an environment they have not worked, it is different with a mentor. A mentor is a master of process, as it were. A mentee is someone who wants to go the same route that someone has gone. The mentor will hold your hand and advise you which way to go, which way not to go, and what obstacles you might meet on the way to reach your goals. In mentoring, there is a multiplication of experience. What took the mentor 20 years to accomplish might take the mentee only 5 years to accomplish, because there is no wasting time in trial and error. One can only mentor someone in a profession that is similar to what the mentee is pursuing. For example, with my experience in coaching, I can coach a doctor, an engineer, a finance manager, or an ICT specialist in leadership. soft skills, and even emotional intelligence. I cannot, however, mentor a doctor, an engineer, or a finance manager technically because I don't have the expertise needed to assist them in that area. A student doctor can only be mentored by a doctor, a student finance person can only be mentored by a finance person, and a junior engineer can only be mentored by an engineer. It is, therefore, important for one to choose their coach or mentor carefully if they are to gain full benefit from the relationship of being mentored or coached. Get someone to hold your hand and inspire, encourage, and transform your life. You cannot do it alone. My job is not to be easy on people. My job is to take these great people we have and to push them and make them even better. Steve Jobs. If I have seen further, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants. Isaac Newton. Show me a successful individual and I'll show you someone who had real positive influences in his or her life. I don't care what you do for a living, if you do it well I'm sure someone was cheering you on or showing the way. A mentor. Denzel Washington. If you believe that you do not have a talent or you do not have a purpose in life, you are very wrong. If you want to move ahead but do not know how to, find a mentor or a coach. The coach will help you to move from your current position to the desired situation. That way you become the best version of yourself. Isn't that what we all want?